It's been a rough year for new PC releases, and it's getting rougher. You've probably heard of the big issues lately, but it turns out two of PC gaming's largest names have completely screwed the pooch recently. As gamers, these are both stories we should all sit up and take notice of before we open our wallets. Welcome back, everybody. We've been on a bit of a hiatus lately, trying to find a game that's worth diving into in a way that our fans would appreciate. The struggle is real. For this video, I'm going to be using content from The Ascent. It's a new twin-stick shooter that dropped this week, and we're evaluating it for content moving forward. Needless to say, this footage is in no way connected to what I'm about to cover, but as you'll see, that's for the best for a couple reasons. Saying that the game development industry is a bit toxic is the understatement of the decade. We've all heard and seen the stories of crunch times working people to the bone, stress loads so bad that folks end up hospitalized, and over-the-top corporate cultures that destroy people and the product they're trying to create. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Looking in from the outside, it's pretty easy to laugh a lot of the time. Honestly, some of the people in the anecdotes we've all heard and seen over the years are incompetent on a level that defies belief.
You guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
You make how much money to be this bad at your job again? But every once in a while, something comes to light that's completely beyond the pale. The recent revelations about Blizzard are the crown jewel of what the fuck. I'm not going to get into the details here in great depth, but I'll put a link in the description that has them, and honestly, it's probably the most not safe for work thing this channel's ever done. For the record, and for legal purposes, litigation is still pending, so this entire list of things Blizzard and staff are accused of doing is just that, accusations. Nothing's been proven in court yet. If you haven't been following this story, here's the bullet list you need to know. They sexually harassed every woman who set foot on their property, and from the sounds of it, including the one who killed herself because of it. They had a literal goddamn rape dungeon, and named it after Bill Cosby. And it turns out they were racist as fuck when it came to their own employees, especially the women. Male staff would get shithoused on the job and go from cubicle to cubicle harassing the women who work there. The company's initial response to these allegations from the state of California was so tone deaf that 2,000 of their employees signed a public letter that basically said, "Nah bro, fuck that shit." In response to that, the Activision Blizzard CEO called their initial response tone deaf, alright, and he brought in a legal team to help them address their internal issues, okay? And it's the same legal team that Amazon uses to keep their workers from unionizing.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
So yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. Top of the list, what the fuck kind of workplace allows any of that, much less to the level of drunken harassment and rape dungeons? And this really only sounds like we're getting the uppermost layer of details. If that's what we get to know in public, you can bet the full story is so very much worse. Can you imagine what would happen if you got wasted at work and then groped Allison in accounting, and then tried to get her to come to the rape hole you paid for with company money?
I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm out of breath. It was fun though.
How does this company even exist? Unfortunately, there's not a huge list of things that we as gamers can do about any of this. An army of lawyers is going to be involved, you can be assured of that. But until there's concrete evidence that actual meaningful change has taken place, and that could take a long time, the one thing we can do is not throw money at Blizzard. It's the only way this doesn't get dragged out behind a barn and shot while their PR teams attempt to distract us all with some inevitable cover like, oh, everybody gets Diablo 4 for free, hooray! Problem is that's also going to be the hardest one for any of us to do. I've been playing games like Warcraft and Diablo since before I was old enough to drive. Hell, the PC I'm on right now has all 3 Diablos installed on it, along with a host of other Blizzard games. I've made my wife promise that the Diablo 1 Tristram theme is what's going to play at my funeral. All of ICG has been waiting with bated breath for the Diablo 2 remake, and Diablo 4 has been showing some real potential. We can't support a company so bad that it's dealing with suicides in a rape dungeon. That's insane. Don't give them your money. Diablo 2 Resurrected is never, ever going to be good enough to justify an actual body count. And that sucks. But until Blizzard shows us all that they've changed, we're not going to give them any money, and neither should you. The second story is one that's slipping a little under the radar. Most likely because of the genuine awfulness that is Blizzard has been sucking up all the oxygen in the room. This one hits a little closer to home though. Games Workshop, the company that owns Warhammer and Warhammer 40k along with some other stuff, recently slid a little chestnut into its online policies that specifically prohibit online content creators from creating fan films or animations based on any of the company's characters or settings. And they've shown that they're not afraid to threaten the creators who go against that. Unsurprisingly, that meant the overnight death of a huge number of creators and their content on platforms like YouTube. Fan films, comedy, even lore-driven satire like If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device died basically instantly. There are few, if any, YouTube creators who can afford to go up a company that makes hundreds of millions of dollars every year. For the fans, this is truly tragic. Warhammer lore is fucking dense. Their stories have been running for decades, and the whole thing is nearly inapproachable for newcomers. Personally, I only became interested in the last few years, and fan videos are responsible for probably a good 90% of what I know about either Warhammer universe. Series like Text-to-Speech are what drove me to learn more and kept me interested. What I saw there added immensely to my enjoyment of the Warhammer games, and conveniently enough, that didn't require me to attack a pile of books taller than I am just so I could learn the basics. Why would a company do this? Content creators are some of the biggest fans by definition, and basically every other sector of the entertainment industry understands that and appreciates the value of having an active, vibrant ecosystem talking about their product, and more importantly, exposing new customers to it. For them to take these same people who've supported them for years and completely demolish the livelihoods of so many of them in exchange for nothing, well, that's just baffling. On an unrelated note, you'll be happy to hear that you can now subscribe to Warhammer Plus starting on August 25th for just $60 a year. It's a great new online streaming service that will provide you with all the officially licensed Warhammer content you could ever want, eventually, right in one location so that you can pay Games Workshop directly in order to access all those videos. How great for you! They killed their entire YouTube community in order to charge suckers $6 a month for half-assed videos on their private site. Yeah. Being blunt is one of my favorite things in life, so let me take a few seconds to address the fine fellows at Games Workshop directly. What the fuck are you inbred window-licking leptons thinking? You don't gain fans by fucking fans. I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry that you feel your business model of charging $140 for $2 worth of plastic is threatened by 3D printers, but I have some stunning news for you. You might want to sit down. MP3s didn't kill the music industry, and photocopiers haven't killed Magic the Gathering. Get your shit together. Stop fucking over the people who have kept you employed for the past 40 years, dipshits. The answer here is the same as Blizzard. Don't give these douche knuckles your money. It's the only vote we get as customers and the only thing they'll listen to anyway. If they're willing to fuck over their entire creator community at the drop of a hat, they don't give a hot shit about the kind of person who owns 1 or 2 Warhammer video games and is just waiting on Darktide. You're nothing but a wallet to them. And I get it, that's true of most businesses, but guys, come on. Social contract. They have to at least pretend that's not the case. Even OCP made RoboCop so people would like them. This is bullshit. Pour one out for the entire Warhammer creator community. And for the guys at, and I hope I'm saying this right, Bruva Alpha Busa in particular, the ones behind Text-to-Speech, you were all amazing, and you didn't deserve this. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.